Okay. Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. So I'm going to share my screen and I pulled this stuff up, but hopefully it didn't log me out yet. Okay. So I was going to share how to set up a free group and um, I'm so glad, Nicole, that you brought this to my attention and just kind of got me thinking about this and how good of an idea this would be for all of you guys who don't already have like a wellness group. And Hallie, I know you already have a group, but I've definitely toyed around with the idea of creating a free group. I feel like right now, it feels like way too much for me, and I feel like you probably feel the same way. I can barely keep myself straight, and I don't know how I would do a free group right now, but I think it's such a good idea for you guys. So I was just going to go through. Um, Here through Facebook. Okay, let me like talk while I'm doing it. So, on your computer or phone, I think it's like pretty much the same on your phone, but you'll find groups. So over here on the left, and then if you go to right here, create a new group, you can create the group name. So you can make your own name. I'm going to show you something else in a second here. But you can create your own group name. For privacy, I choose private because that means only the members. So only people who are in the group can see who is in the group and what is posted. Um, so I make it private and then I make it visible um, so that people can see it when you share it. It doesn't make it, and they can search it. It doesn't make it like you've already made it private so people can't see what's said in there. You're just making the group actually visible when you search. And like if you share, so like you create a post and you say, hey, I have this free wellness community. Like, here's the link, join it. Um, then people can see that group. Um, and then you can invite friends here, but as it says, it's optional. So I guess it's going to make me choose a name. Free group. I'm just going to make a group. Okay. So then you create your group and then it thinks my internet has been super slow lately. Okay. So then here's your free group. It kind of gives you how, like, step by step, like suggestions for setting up your group. um, Inviting people to join, but adding a cover photo. So you can click there, or you can click, let me move this up here, and you can choose. Facebook has some photos. You can choose from your own photos. You can upload a photo. Shaklee has a ton of resources, which I'm going to share with you guys. So you could get a photo from there, but that will be your cover photo. And then you can move that guy back over there. Um, you can do all kinds of things within this group. So basically, every month when I set up our new group, this is what I do. I create the name, I add the cover photo. Usually, I will also add a description, which is one of the things that suggests here, just to tell people what the group is about. So again, I think this is all in the Shaklee like resources. It gives you like a ton of stuff. I was just briefly looking through it. But it will give you like the description and that will show up here. It'll also show up for people when they're looking to join the group. The other thing I would suggest for you guys is adding these membership questions, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get people's email addresses so that you can email them, and so that you have like a connection to them if anything were to ever happen with Facebook where we lose Facebook and we don't have a group, we don't have anything anymore. You at least have their email address. You can at least contact, like stay in touch with them, say, hey, we're going to like use a different app or whatever it is. So membership questions, you add a question and you say, um, what's your email address? Um, and then you'll want them to be able to do a written answer. You can do a multiple choice. You can do all these things. Save. And then the other thing you might ask, I was thinking about this before, is maybe like, what is one thing you are hoping to get from this group? or something like that. Like basically just asking them like what are they looking for? What do they need from a wellness group? And then you can use that for ideas like for themes for your group, like for little mini challenges, for content that you're sharing, for um Shaklee products that you're sharing, like you can really and these things once people answer them, um I'm trying to think of where I could show you guys an example. Um, and you could do written answer for this one. So they type out an answer. You could do a multiple choice. So you could say like help with nutrition. You could say overall wellness tips. It's not, anything. And then you save it. So then, this is why I always have said, like, when you're inviting someone, make sure you invite them from, no, not from there. You don't want to invite people from there. You want to share your group and copy the link because when you send people this link or you share this link, when they click to join, they'll have to answer the membership questions. If you just add them, if you just invite them here, they're invited. They don't have to answer the membership questions always. Like that's their way around it. So I don't do it that way. I share the group and copy the link. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. You can schedule posts in here, which is what I do for my group. No, I do have one scheduled for tomorrow. I was like, oh gosh, I've got to do that for this week. But so hey, whatever. And then you click that little calendar at the bottom and then you choose a date. And I always do like 3 a.m. for my daily posts because people are in different time zones and all the things. So I'm sure that it's there when people wake up so that no matter when they check into the group, if it's first thing in the morning, whatever it is there. So you schedule it and then you can go to scheduled posts and you can see your scheduled post is coming up in 7 hours. Here's your membership questions again. So then when somebody answers the membership questions, you can click on them. So like if you are, I don't know if it'll let me do it to myself. It does. So it says here, it'll say like on this like little info page, it'll tell you their answers to here. See, it says membership questions. I didn't answer them. So it would say here what their answers were in case you missed it, in case you need to go back or you can't remember. It's always there for them. So you can see their answers to the questions you asked. Again, that's a suggestion. You don't have to do it that way, but that is what I would do. If you guys think of any questions while I'm going through this, please don't hesitate to ask me. But what I do typically is I schedule 1 week of posts for my group at a time. And then every Sunday, I just know like I need to schedule the next week's posts. But I'm not saying, I don't know, I don't think I would put that much effort into a free group if I were you guys. But here, let's look. So now I think that's pretty much how to set up a group. So then from there, you would just invite people. If you needed to, like another place I use, I guess, is this files section. So you can upload a file. This is where I upload like the meal plans, trackers, like anything that you want them to be able to access. I upload it there. And then trying to think, if there's anything I want people to be able to find, super easy. I pin it to the featured section, which you just click on those 3 and then click pin to featured. And then here at the top, typically it would say featured. I'm not sure where it is up here right now, but it's on there. And then, if you were creating an event, so somebody was talking about this is another thing with like this event that's coming up on Wednesday. If you have your free group, you can make a post about that event. And then you can also like create an event for that event inside your group. So people get like a notification. You can actually send it to like all of your Facebook friends, not just people who are in this group. you can send the event out to everyone. So people were talking about doing that, and I was like, oh my God, that's genius. So everybody gets a notification, and if they're interested, they can look into it more. They can RSVP, you can post updates, you could share the link in there if you wanted to. I really like to do the chats because I feel like it gives me a way to like communicate with everyone during the event and kind of share like experiences and thoughts on things, and just kind of like be involved and keep people watching, and share testimonials that I have and all the things. So I really like to do that. But I think you can also create a chat from your event. So if you created the event, you would just put in like the event name, the date, time, all that stuff. And then is it in person or is it virtual? And I think you can even add the link here. Yeah, external link, and then it gives you a place to put it. Um, the only thing with that is if somebody can get the link without you knowing that they've gotten a link. You know what I mean? Like that's why they say not to post the Zoom link in like your stories or something like that, because people could get on and you wouldn't even know that they necessarily were on and joined, and then you wouldn't be able to follow up with them. They might just hop on Shaklee.com and order something without it being connected to you. So there's so many reasons that you don't want someone to just have a link. So, maybe you do, instead of posting the link, maybe you, oh yeah, here you can make a chat, and then maybe you could just say like, join the chat, and that's where I'll share the link for the group, or the event, maybe something like that. So then you just create it, and then it'll ask you who you want to invite. You can invite all your group members, and then you can invite all of your Facebook friends too. So, okay, that I think in a nutshell is pretty much everything that I really use as far as the group goes. There's ways to see engagement too, which I don't know if it'll show me because that's not it, because there's nobody in here. Um, it isn't like what you would think. Yeah, it's under this like growth, and then there's no member, so it won't show you, but it would say like who's the top contributor, who are the top contributors, and you can see who the top one is. So that's what I've been using for my group. Okay, so now if you are going to go to Shaklee and again, super slow internet. Here we are. Okay, so you go to my business, which this looks a little different on your computer versus your phone, I've found. And then if you go to tools and then marketing tools, so access marketing tools now. And then you're going to choose this English. So there's all kinds of like French, Canadian, blah, 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 blah. So we want the English toolkit. View collection. So here, this is where you can find, I mean, not just your wellness community stuff, but you can find all the graphics. Oh, there we go. Okay. All the things, more information, more all kinds of things, right? Okay. So all the things, business forms, but wellness communities. So if you click there, you can actually like do a training on a wellness community. And I'm assuming this goes through how, yeah, creating your Facebook group. So this even tells you how to host a free group, how to host a customer group, all the things. I would watch these. I mean, especially if you've never run a group before, but because what I started with 5 years ago was running a free group. And well, yeah, you didn't have to make a purchase to join the group. So it's been a long time since I've done it. And I think, the more tips you can get, the better, right? More help is never a bad thing. So then there are a lot of different content ideas. So like there's this clean plate challenge idea, protein challenge idea. So I think what I would do, and this is just me, is I would pick one of these like more general things to start with, or whatever really speaks to you. Like if you're like, no, I want my wellness group to be like focused around like getting more protein, and that's going to be that's my thing. Like if that speaks to me, then that's fine. But I would choose like a wellness race. Well, maybe not even wellness reset. I was looking at women's wellness because I feel like that is kind of like a broad category for your group. And then you can have more specific focuses inside, like different challenges and things. So at the top here, this women's wellness group guide, I already downloaded it because I was trying to be prepared. Um, so at the top, it kind of goes through everything that's included and what they have. This is pages and pages, you guys. Tips. How, like, look, it gives you that Facebook group description. You literally can just copy and paste it. Um, I mean, I would tweak it, make it sound like you, not just like a generic thing, but like it gives you the framework. It tells you how to tell people how to participate, like what to do for participation. Now, granted, I think this is like a specific challenge. Yeah, it's a 6-day challenge. So you might want to tweak some of that if you're going to use it for like your group. Like you're going to spread it out for more than 6 days. You're going to make it like a month-long challenge or um, anything else. I mean, I think that's probably what I would do when I'm starting out is just kind of incorporating some of these ideas in throughout the month instead of making it like every single day. You could have like a post every day to like check in, like what's one thing you did today to improve your wellness while you're giving them like these tips for movement and de-stressing and eating more superfoods, taking your supplements, getting more sleep. Like which of those things did you do today or something like that? Because there is a habit tracker, but again, it's only a 6-day habit tracker. So just kind of depends on what you decide you want to do, but it does give you post ideas. Um, Kind of gets people saying like where they're at in their health journey. So yeah, there's so much in here. And there's graphics and there's all the things. So I think it's a really good resource to start with. And so it says day 4, post 1. I'm assuming there's like a daytime. Yeah. So um, there's a nighttime or a daytime post and a nighttime post even. So lots of stuff. So um, you could start the group and you could even say, you know, we're going to touch on some different things throughout the month to kind of help you make progress on your health and fitness journey, no matter where you're starting from. And just kind of use that as I feel like, you know, we're all coming from body and that is kind of what we're familiar with is like wellness and you know, those kind of things. And then you can, again, add in any events or, you know, if it's like what I've been doing in our group, for those of you who are in my group, but every day I've been sharing like with the Shaklee supplements that I'm using. And like even just today, someone was like, okay, I need to try those meal in a bars. And I've been sharing them every single, I don't have one every day, but I've been having one a lot of days lately because they're just so easy. Um, and someone today was like, I need to try those. So I think that that is huge. And just sharing how the products are helping you on your journey, like what it's doing, like not just saying like I'm having this meal in a bar, but I'm having this because it has a lot of protein, it has fiber, and it's so easy and it's freaking delicious. So questions. I feel like that was a lot. And like I talked nonstop for just 20 minutes there. I don't have any water left. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I know Hallie had also asked me to kind of talk about like what is converting, what's working. So I want to quick hop into that before I let you guys go. And I think honestly, it's been just sharing in my wellness community and inviting to those events. But I think in the beginning, what really worked was we were doing a challenge. What were we doing? I can't even remember back a couple months ago. That's so bad. But we've been doing challenges where they were getting points, Allie. And so I kind of enticed them to join these events by them earning points or getting some sort of incentive from it. So it was like if like a pop-up thing, like you get bonus points for our challenge or whatever we have going on for attending. And I gave them 24 hours well, they could attend live or they could watch the replay within 24 hours and then they would get a certain number of bonus points. Um, so that worked out a couple of months. This month we don't have a challenge like that or anything going on, so I just kind of have been throwing it out there, and then um, I feel like more conversations behind the scenes than just being able to post it in my group because I feel like the more that I've done that, the more people are like, "Yep, I've already seen it." I've already been there. So now I feel like I'm having to have more conversations and like actually ask people who were maybe on the fence or whatever before, said that they were interested, haven't bought anything, things like that. But I'm trying to think, are you doing any sort of challenge in your group that you could be like, hey, no. Um, I wonder if you, I know. And the other thing that I've tried to do too is like offer freebies and um, like reimbursing shipping. But just kind of saying like there's going to be prizes and doing those. People have loved getting those samples and it's really converted well as far as like getting them, trying them, loving them, wanting to buy them. So that could be something like I don't know if you have any samples at all, but I have one of these like ready to go because I have been doing like a participation challenge, but you could do something like this. Like I have all the things, Energize, Rest and Rewind, Good Gut and Go, electrolytes, a snack bar, and then a Starbucks gift card. So you could do something like that and send that out. I mean, I feel like with the Starbucks, it's only $10, but I feel like with that in there, it's maybe a little bit more enticing than just the samples. Um, but you could say, I would love everyone's support and like I've learned so much from these events and I just am obsessed with everything I've tried. There's no pressure to buy, but if you join and or watch the replay, like I'm gonna draw someone to win this prize. You know your girls too. Maybe um
So you're not giving that to everybody that watches. You're
no.
doing a drawing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, doing a
Okay.
drawing. And I also did so I said for like anybody who RSVP'd, so basically anybody who I added to my chat, I would do another drawing and I sent out just like two samples. So just like an Energize and a Good Gut and Go, or I tried to tweak it based on like what the event was about. Like when it was about hormone health, I didn't do Energize, I did Good Gut and Go and Rest and Rewind, I think, or something like that. But anyway, it was just two packets. Um,
And are you sharing? I guess I think what I need to do, because I tried that last time, but I think I put like I'd send samples out to everyone that watched because I don't have as many girls as you do. And I didn't have Starbucks gift cards and any of that stuff. And I have all that electrolyte that I don't like, that you like, that I'm like, I can give all that away because I don't like it at all.
yes.
Um, but I'm like, you must like show them a picture. Like, I'm thinking like maybe I need to like take a picture of the Starbucks gift card and the samples instead of just saying the word samples would help me.
Maybe it's worth a shot. I haven't, but I feel like I've done this a couple of times and um they maybe know. I mean, this is what I did for participation in my group, like my actual group. Um, but yeah, I don't know if maybe that would be like more enticing than just the samples for your girls if that didn't work last time.
Okay. Plus, I'm really set on this party, so I'm going to work on that at some point.
I
I
think
just feel like that's with like the money off and everything. I feel like that like would be really successful. I think.
I think it's like such a good idea to and like something totally different. I I have a hard time. I have a hard time wrapping my head around it, but I feel like it could be like a really good thing.
Well, I'm just picturing like because I've like hosted like a Zaya party
Yes.
before. I like you've seen them, and I think I've invited you to one, and I feel like you've probably hosted one. So just like similar to that, but like where she's talking about this stuff every day, and I just think it would be a good way to like get the products out there to people
Yes.
too. You know,
And
so it's just
I also wonder if you could do, I've seen people doing like in-person things too.
I know, but
Like,
then you have to talk to people in person.
I know, and that freaks me out. But I'm like, gosh, I wish that like I had somebody else who was doing this with me local that I could be like, hey, you do that with me. Like, let's do it together. I feel like I could get my act together if I had someone else doing it with me, but I don't know if I could do it myself.
I just worried like, what if no one came to my house?
You have so many friends, people would come. You
And
silly.
I'd have to get rid of my feral children
I
too.
know, seriously. Like,
Oh, they could not be here because that would be.
it would
But
scare
that's a good idea. No, if I had like enough samples on hand and like stuff on hand, if you know anyone that does an in-person one and you see that information, I just need like a template. That's, you know what I mean? Like if
me.
someone showed me like what they did in an in-person, then I could get ideas.
I feel like somebody shared like a picture of their setup, like their tables, and I took a screenshot of it. So I'll have to look for that. It wasn't that long ago. And just, yeah, send it. It
Was
was
it
cute.
successful?
Huh?
Did they say was it successful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. Gosh, yeah, it was not that long ago, but um I'm trying to think of what else I have been doing. I really think um the incentive thing is what got my girls on there, the points. But um
So has anyone bought from you that was not already a customer from Body? Or have they all been?
um they were like uh, like Stephanie, who is yours, some girls that were other people's that haven't come over to Shackley, but yeah, no, my friend Megan was not a body person. Um, but she's in my group now. She joined my group because it's not body anymore affiliated. But really, I mean, the vast majority are body people. I
Well, everyone's been in your group too. They haven't ordered and not been in your group.
no, I've had a couple recently who's not that are not in my group.
And
Uh,
what about converting people that have just taken the meology quiz? How have you been with that? Like people, I've had like a lot of people, even people that have never bought from me, take the meology quiz,
yes.
and then like converting them. How has that been for you?
Um, I feel like those people who took the quiz and then got on a call and heard more about it and heard how amazing it is, converted. But the people that I emailed them from the Shackley like back office,
That's
which
what I did.
I think that goes to spam, unfortunately.
I could see who. So the first group I sent it to, like two people did not open it, but everyone else did open it. You can
Really?
see that. Yep, you can see.
Oh, I should look.
And then I just sent it to two more people before I hopped on this call. So that took it. But I
I
was just
tried. I tried also emailing them from just my personal email. I just copied the emails and tried that, and I didn't. I don't get a good response from my emails. No matter like body was never. I've continued to send them, just kind of hoping eventually it'll. Um, but like I don't have like a huge conversion ever from my emails, no matter what it is.
I mean, I don't in general, but for the free calls, that's where I've got everyone to get on the free calls. Even someone I have no idea who they are. They must have been like a body, you know how they gave you people?
Yeah.
He like emailed me back and asked for the link.
Really?
She hasn't ordered. I did send also like my Shaklee link with the Zoom link, and she didn't email me back again. But yeah, so I did get some free from that. But I was just curious with the meology because I have like new people in there and how to convert them. But would you reach out and say something like message and be like, I saw you took the meology quiz. There's this free call, like something like that, you think?
Hmm.
Try to get them on that call. Okay.
Yes. Yes, for
Just
sure.
message them directly, probably.
Yes. I think like seeing, and I even thought this too, like the first time I took the quiz and I saw the price, I was like, oh God. I feel like you have to hear like how good they are, like the quality and what a difference it makes and all the things. Like I can't tell you how many things I've even looked and been like, I don't need that. And then I've heard people talk about it and then I'm like, oh, I need that. I need that in my life. And I feel like that just makes a difference.
Well, it's that thing about like you're paying for value or whatever. And what is that thing about like you'll pay whatever for water? Like you'll buy water $1 this place and you'll pay $4 or $5 for a water this place. And it's all like the value in that. So, and
Yeah,
them trusting you and different things.
all the
You know
things.
what I'm trying to say? That makes no sense, but you know what I'm trying to
Yes,
say. Yes.
I do,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Nicole, hopefully you know too what I'm trying to say, but okay.
Yes. I panicked like for a minute this morning and was like, oh my gosh, I need to start inviting to the workshop and doing all the things. And then I was like, wait a sec, I have a few more days. Thank God.
So I think on the powwow call, or is that what it's called? Whatever that is. I watched that replay. Nicole, did you watch that? I swear she said Monday.
Okay. I was
I
like,
watched that and I had Monday in my head. I was like, okay, we're not doing a Wednesday this time. And I said that to myself. This is not a Wednesday call. This is a Monday call. So I swear, if you thought it, did you think it was Monday too originally? Like it was
yeah,
coming. Okay. So I think she said it on that call. And then when I finally got the lives to work, I watched that one after where she talked about it. And then she said Wednesday.
yeah.
So I think on like the powwow thing, she said Monday.
Okay. Well, I was kind of like, how did Hallie and I both get it wrong? But then I was also like, I'm in my own world sometimes. So who knows when I'm
I
doing
mean, I know I couldn't get face work to work and all, but I think that's what it was.
that makes sense. She's probably just, I don't know how she does all the things that she does, truly. So I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Oh, but I love it. She does
I,
so much for us. And these Google Drives,
it's,
Nicole, you've got to get into these Google Drives if you're not for these calls because it is like she's literally doing everything for us.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
where has this been all my life? Like, she's amazing, or
I know.
whoever's putting it together. But it's very organized, and I love that.
I think it's her.
Mhm.
Well, I think for
I think
the
she's got
last
some
one.
assistance, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
overall, it's just very impressive. Like having that after what we like didn't have, and it's been amazing.
Yeah, like we had nothing before. And it's like, oh, she's just so good. And I like even just the lives that she does and the calls and all of that. I feel like she is so involved in the page and she answers questions. And again, maybe it's not actually her answering the question sometimes, but I feel like it always sounds like her. And
But she's getting on all these calls, and even like on that, is it really called the powwow, or am I
yeah.
calling it something? Okay, because I keep saying it. That call, that powwow, when I watched the recording, she was like, ask me questions, like this is your time, and like you have me for an hour, like use it. She's like, you guys should be fighting to get off the microphone to like, I mean, like that's amazing that she's giving
Hmm.
me undivided attention to
I
like
know.
talk to her.
I know. I have a call with her on Thursday, which I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna fumble my way through that. But yeah, she's really awesome.
Yeah,
Super
no, I've
mom.
been impressed.
Yes, I love it. I was not sure what to think. Scary to do something new with someone new, but I'm glad it all worked out good. So What other questions, friends? Anything? Nicole, was that helpful as far as setting up the group? Yeah, okay, good. If anything comes up when you're setting it up and you're like, wait a sec, just message me. Um, And then also too, if you look through the Shaklee, I mean, you don't have to use that stuff that I showed you guys from Shaklee. Like that's, it's there. I get all my stuff on Etsy. I just search like a month or a theme if I have an idea or anything like that. And, usually it's like anywhere from 10 to $30, but um, you can always get an idea and then you can kind of go with that. There's so many different things. Um, and if I see anybody talking about free groups more, I will pay attention and just kind of another person. So I don't know if you guys remember Katie Wilson, but she joined Shackley, but she joined a different team. So she joined with a different person. She's doing a free group for her. Well, I think like all the people that joined with her ambassadors and like all of their customers are now all part of like their own like free wellness community. So if you don't, I mean, I know there's a fine line for me between following other people and like sometimes I get in that comparison zone and I shouldn't do it, so I have to stop doing it. But if you're looking for some inspiration, um, she shares some things about her group, so you could always like follow along with her if you want something like that. If you're like me and that's not a good idea, then I totally understand that too. But yeah, we'll keep sharing ideas and I tried today to do some sort of like engagement-ish post was my goal, although everything I post lately is like a flop. So I don't know how much good it did. With the thought that like I'm really gonna post about the event probably the next couple of days. So I was hoping to kind of get some engagement and stuff, trying to be a little bit more strategic. But anyway, so my plan is to go and talk a lot about this um, spring cleaning workshop from Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday right up until, and then again, as the workshop's going on, I'm going to be in the chat blowing that up. But then afterwards, I love to share like takeaways, things that really struck me, that hit home, my favorite things that were shared, what was good about it, what impresses me. Like I really try to share like those details in my stories. Um, and what else? Think that's pretty much it. So this went way longer than normal, but I hope it was helpful. And I'm going to just do my little boomerang so I can be tagging you guys in my stories. And then I'll let you go. I probably don't need to share my screen anymore since I'm not sharing anything. Good Lord. Okay. Oh, you guys are so cute. Okay, well, thanks for hopping on, friends. Have a great week. Bye.